They're melting down! As today we have major backlash against a former Nijisanji English member, alongside accusations against VShojo members, and an unexpected Hololive hiatus. And now today's sponsor. Get ready for Duet Night Abyss. This hybrid action RPG features two protagonists with vastly different backgrounds in a land where magic and machinery coexist. And here's a major and welcome surprise. Characters and weapons that are free to unlock. Going to repeat that. All characters and weapons are free to unlock through gameplay. In addition, Duet Night Abyss allows you to play anytime with no stamina lock. Within battles, you can freely switch between melee and range weapons, plus you can die and switch weapon and character aesthetics. Craft your own lineup of your favorite characters and weapons at your own pace. No forced progression, no rigid templates, just the joy of free cultivation and strategic experimentation. Download now to unlock 7 free characters through launch events and gameplay. Enjoy 55 free pulls at launch, and claim up to 107 total pulls for the cosmetic skin banner through limited time events. Duet Night Abyss is available on Apple Store, Google Play, and PC. Check it out with the link below. It's a fun time to be a Nijisanji fan. This as Meliko Kyoran will be appearing as a guest rival in Tokyo Extreme Racer beginning on November 27th. Nijisanji is also celebrating its 3rd anniversary for its immensely successful Niji Nue puppet line. And Hakuna Matata Salami has a brand new look. So why are Nijisanji fans angrier now than ever? Well, that goes back to the subject of our last 3 videos, that being Ike Eveland, now making an unexpected return, not only apologizing to, but collabing alongside Doki Bird. This after his former romantic partner, Bariloaf, had released documents not only implicating that she herself was targeted by a former Nijisanji English member, but also further implicating Vox Akama engaging in misconduct with a fan, alongside Nijisanji being aware that Ike Eveland was alleging that he was suffering from bullying and doxing within the company. Ike returning to his past life account Xandu, and for a moment alongside Doki on a otherwise very silly stream, taking this moment to be serious.
A year ago, Xandu sent me a really thoughtful message to apologize, but at that point, I was like afraid to respond because, you know, I wasn't ready at that time. But it was only a few days ago that I was finally ready, and I tried to reach back to him and wanted to know if like he was okay and everything. And it was from there that we sort of got in a call together and we had a long talk together. And also, I also want you guys to all know that Xandu did privately apologized to me, and I have accepted his apology, and because we're all human and we're allowed to make mistakes, and since that's what being an adult is, and we all make mistakes and we learn from it, and we're not perfect, you know, we're human, and I was able to forgive him and move on, and I'm happy to have my friend back too. He also wanted to give a few words to everyone before we start.
As a lot of people know, there's been a lot of happenings both online and personally for me, and I've been taking some time away because I felt that that was necessary for me to recover, reflect, and protect my well-being, all that jazz. And that distance also helped me process everything that sort of happened and gain some clarity about it all. And I'm not gonna lie, it was very painful and overwhelming at times, but I think stepping back was honestly the healthiest thing that I've been able to do. And I feel a lot better now. I've been able to connect with a bunch of people. I've been talking a lot with my dad lately, so that's a lot of fun. I also should bring up that I'm not like coming back to streaming or anything. I'm still taking things rather slowly and focusing on myself. I don't really know what I'll do in the future, but I hope that we can just play games and have fun today and appreciate it for what it is. In that whole time, I also realized that me and Doki were probably sharing a lot of similar experiences that I wish I was capable of seeing at the time. I was misinformed and felt pressured into decisions that I would later go on to truly regret. And later that I would find out things that I believed weren't entirely accurate, and I wished I understood things better before reacting the way I did. And that understanding is what led me to reach out in the end. And I'm grateful that Doki was so gracious and like would even give me the time of day and allow us to reconnect and everything. So like genuinely, I know I said this privately already, but like I'm so sorry, man, and all of that distance that it created, and we had to go through a bunch of stuff like apart instead of being able to be there for each other and support each other, because I do care. I care back then, I still care now, and I always will. And I'm just happy that you gave me the time of day and were willing to like hear me out, talk to me, and make amends, and we can play games and be silly and talk about cursed stuff again.
This leading to Nijisanji fans publicly crashing out, taking to Twitter and other social media to say things like, throw your old friends under the bus to make up for the first friend you threw under the bus. Masterful gambit. I have no grace to give to that man. There's no justifiable reason why you'd have a hand in releasing those docs and then immediately come back to appear in a stream. His white knights are too blinded to realize that he's a public figure and responsible for his own actions. This account remarking Lamau, using Minhera girlfriend to drama farm attentions and drop hints of bullying for return, leading to harassments to ex-colleagues who can't fight back. Using Doki to be on the good side of the internet, ignoring the fact that dragoons have been harassing your fans for 2 years straight. Other fans mixing in reality with fiction. This account remarking, I can't find Ike Eveland anywhere anymore. He's really gone. Alongside it made me understand that I love the blue novelist. I truly love him and the fact never changes. His existence helped me a lot, especially in a hard time. Really appreciate it sincerely. I'll cherish his memories and hope he has a happy time somewhere in another timeline. We have no issue with graduation and reincarnation. We do, however, have issue with bad-mouthing past co-workers and management. It is a very unattractive look for the talent. I think this is where the difference lies. You guys don't really see it that way, and you also enjoy drama more than the talent's contents. One account, after seeing a transcription of what both Dokibird and Xandu had to say, saying this confirms what I've long guessed, and that is it's not really any of the particular talent's fault for the way things fell apart. One should always be wary of the way a corporation frames things. They are not your friend. That being said, I'm glad they can be friends again. That then receiving this sarcastic reply of, it must have been so hard for him to stay at Evil Corpo the 6 months after apologizing and doing Japan trip, plus the concert with Luxium, and the Encounter song release, and Overture, etc. He was really a slave. Never benefited from the relationship ever. Not made famous or even paid. The same user remarking the mature way to do it was simple, we're good now, let's play Fortnite. It was a choice to do more than that. Alongside remarking, JP fans know what's up. And this making the reaction all the more unique, as now more than ever in the past history of Nijisanji English, irate Japanese fans have weighed in against a former talent. This is as one Japanese account would tweet out with this saying, sorry, what is this? Showing that Ike had participated in not only the Black stream, but was also being flanked by both Alira and Vox at the Overture concert, that event being held as recently as February of this year. Ike Eveland then graduating suddenly from Nijisanji English later in April. One user remarking to that, timeline just doesn't add up. They mentioned last year he reached out to her because he realized he got manipulated and misinformed. However, just this year, he still did the concert and cried in front of thousands of people, even mentioning it's his best day. So if he knew he was misinformed since last year, why still stay? Why still do the concert when that spot could have been given to someone more deserving? Shouldn't your first step be to get out of that place because it's miserable? If they manipulated you and yet you still stayed. If everything you had said and shown during the concert, before the concert, and after the concert were lies, you really think I'll still believe the things you're saying right now? This user remarking to all of this, those who use the words like Kurosanji to attack Nijisanji management and Ian Livers are all fools who stubbornly hold on to the stupid idea that corporations are evil. Japanese people are astonished at the stupid overseas VTuber fans who believe what Celine says. We also have, it almost seems like he's doing it just to look good with those who harass the entire Niji-Ian community just for existing for years. Throwing everything you had on the ground, it's so sad because this image means nothing anymore. Two-faced lying B, he's such a great actor. This user remarking, bro, I will always side with Iwiwa, that of course being Alira Pandora. This Japanese user remarking, seriously, I think I understand the feelings of those who get mad at their idol and post pictures of them throwing away their goods. This kind of desire for approval is enough to make you want to be recognized. Seriously trash. I was such a clown for ever liking him. Alongside looking at Overture and your fake ass tears really disgusts me. Just take advantage of other people and hurt them as much as possible, all while claiming wonky accusations through a middleman, so you have a sob story to hide behind for your return. Predictable piece of S. This Japanese user remarking, I think it's good that Ike is happy, and I think it's good that they made up, but the way it happened is weird. Was it really necessary to throw sand at him after he graduated? I wish they'd just made up behind the scenes and faded out like that. It's fine if they reincarnate or whatever, but the way sand was thrown at them this time was terrible. I wish they just kept quiet and continued on with their new endeavors. I think it would be a shame for people to completely ignore the fact that Ike provided his ex-girlfriend with screenshots of Discord conversations and personal information about other live streamers. And if you believe his ex-girlfriend, he even gave permission for them to be made public and instead shift the subject of the argument as if they are being excessively criticized just for collaborating with her. This Japanese user saying, how English-speaking VTubers gain popularity. Number 1, join a major agency agency. Gain name recognition and a fan base that fully approves. 2. Leave after hinting at distrust for the management and current live streamers. Number 3. Leak or fabricate information and portray yourself as the victim. Number 4. Reincarnate when the anti-fans support reaches its peak. And number 5. Alumni who have used the same method get together and become true friends. This user continuing to say, I'm sorry that this was unpleasant for you, but I distrust Doki and Xandu for not taking legal action, like going to court. I feel disgusted when they attack someone through illegal means and then say they're the victim. Please don't get me wrong, but I think it's a good thing that his mental health has improved. I hope everyone is happy. This Japanese user remarking, Ike is doing whatever he wants in his new life. Vox is crying. You listen to him with such compassion. He was betrayed by the 2 people he was worried about, and it really hurts. I'm even angry, so the words in the overture were all lies. He trampled on the fans' hearts. Vox is crying. He trampled on the fans' hearts so much. Why does he act so relieved? He should apologize to Reimu properly, too. This user remarking, Ike's first collaboration with Celine after reincarnation is impossible. It seems he contacted Mista before graduating, and I hate how this pattern of using his former agency, reincarnating, collaborating with his former colleagues, and bad-mouthing them has become standard. So very quickly, in review, none of these former fans remarking on any of the bullying or doxing allegations themselves made by Ike himself, instead addressing him in other ways, even going so far as to say that this could potentially be illegal on his part. This overseas account saying, playing the victim, the channel is filled with tags depicting reconciliation, a pipe dream of gaining traffic and treating fans like blind idiots, showing off the stream of Dokibird and Xandu, and apparently tags that are associated with the video. Users can't see these tags, instead needing to use third-party applications. Some of these tags listing Celine Tatsuki, Ike Eveland, and Ike, implying that Dokibird herself applied these tags to her stream at her cost, remarking, I've seen the first screenshot going around on Twitter claiming Dokibird added those tags for Nijisanji clout. But in fact, it's YouTube's auto-generated tags. So let's use the same extension to check other channels. Would you still think these creators manually added these tags? Showing here the Doki stream alongside a Maid Mint stream that has Hololive tags alongside Nijisanji tags. Here we have a Kiryu stream with a Nijisanji reaction tag, a VTuber first impressions tag, and a My Normie Sister reacts to VTubers for the first time tag, alongside another ex-Nijisanji member with tags of his former Nijisanji role at her cost, showing the link to one of the many extensions that pulls these tags, remarking this is the same extension link used in the first screenshot. You can try installing it yourself and see how ridiculous and hilarious the tags are that appear in the videos of the VTubers or YouTubers you usually watch. Other users pointing out that not only are many of these tags auto-generated, but are very much the reason why YouTube is so adamant and persistent about pushing face reveals and other doxing content regarding VTubers, despite YouTube users never searching for this information. Some users simply trying to fight the good fight and change their timeline around, posting over and over again, I will keep cheering on the Nijisanji Ian livers, while another part of the Nijisanji fandom would push back. One user saying, okay, but like feeling betrayed because grown-as adults talked out their issues instead of essing their pants and crying in Google Docs fries me so bad. We have this, he's so confident he planned everything and threw people under the bus when dude literally lived in the woods with his dad and doggo, just enjoying his life. Xandu claiming that he has been entirely off social media for the past months. Another user saying regarding the Xandu and Dokibird collab, if he never comes back, I don't blame him, given how effing disgusting some of y'all are being about this. He and Doki settled things in private. That's the end of the story. It's not your place to nitpick at their statements and act hurt. One comment remarking, I really hate the way Xandu is being villainized. The amount of tweets I've seen where people honest to God believe that he is some sick mastermind who secretly always hated his ex-corpo friends and only used them as a stepping stool to popularity is really effing sad. This user remarking, I don't understand how you could see someone who's happy and still prefer when they were suffering. One user sending off a personal note to Xandu saying, thank you so much for the fun stream with Doki. It was so nice to hear from you again after so long. I'm glad to hear that you're doing a lot better and being with your loved ones, and I'm happy that you and Doki were able to reconnect. Hearing you laugh and joke around with her is something I've always missed. I hope you continue to take care of yourself in the meantime now that the collab is over. You said that you're taking it slow and steady and are not planning on returning to streaming, so please take your time. time. No pressure. Whether you'll be back as a VTuber or back in the Utate scene or anything is up to you. Don't force yourself. The doors are still open for you to come back when you are fully ready. As also, one current Nijisanji English member would take to their alternate account to say, I think I'm at peace knowing you're okay. Now I'll focus on me being okay too, on my community, and on having fun. And yes, Doki and Xandu had fun. With the cat originally here with He's So Red He's Become One, giving us the Xandu strawber. With the cat then reacting, what do you mean to tell me that Doki took this and made Xandu use it? Adding, I saw a bunch of people start using this as their profile picture, and I'm actually quite happy about it. Others taking time to send in their art to both of their tags, giving us Fruit Friends and other works to commemorate the legendary McDonald's Fortnite collab.
Wanna watch me crazy, Lisa?
Bird yesterday on Oshi Day saying, thank you for letting me be your Oshi. Hope to keep making you all laugh for another year. And no, the Nijisanji fan base is not done just yet. Many of those previous tweets that we had shown receiving tens of thousands of likes, this one receiving 6,000, saying that Enna Alouette should cut off ties with her former friend. Openly angry that Quinn Bennett, formerly of Nijisanji English, and Enna Alouette, currently of Nijisanji English, had shared this for their Twitter banner headers. Quinn originally commenting to the artist, the ghost continues, and giving this crying emoji and hearts to the artist. That artist then removing that artwork after backlash from the fans. Again, not from the actual liver and former liver, no, the fans. Saying, I apologize for bothering everyone regarding the controversial content recently. I would like to apologize and explain how I will handle it in the future. First of all, I have deleted the controversial fan art from my main account. This again being art used by both of the people in the art. The art is continuing. During this time, I've listened to the opinions of many people and realizing that I did not pay attention to the tag issue, which has caused serious harm to everyone. I've reflected on my behavior and realized my influence in the community. I'm truly sorry for the anger, disappointment, and discomfort caused to many fans by the inappropriate use of tags. In the future, I will be more careful in preventing triggers. All content involving shipping will be posted on my private account, and I will pay more attention to the appropriateness of the tags I use. I apologize for disappointing you all, but please treat all kinds of voices, whether suggestions or insults, as a reminder. Thank you all, and please continue to guide me in the future. This all while today we're guiding you back to Matara, formerly of VShojo, as covered in our last episode, tweeting out a lot of the industry knew of the problems happening within VShojo. The talent were the last to find out. Some of them finding out as late as Mouse's video. Have some effing grace for us. I found out some crazy things tonight, and I just need to rehash this back up. Numerous accounts then deciding to quote retweet Matara, expressing either distrust, disdain, or forwarding more questions, saying somehow I don't exactly believe you, Mata. Alongside effing call out names. Stop defending these people. VShojo members are some of the most read people to ever exist. F them all. They all had some level of knowledge and they talk to each other, so it'd be weird to never piece it together. Mousy was in on it and used the charity being related to her as a perfect scapegoat, and people effing fell for it. Now they're trying to make you fall for it again. Just another case of the rich are fighting because everyone involved is financially secure and will continue to be. I'd understand the outrage if real losses were involved, but in reality, most of you have probably gained more from the sympathy than you lost. This cope hinges on these women not having control of their bank accounts. Anyone would notice the S going on, but they expect you to believe they didn't. You don't deserve grace. You get the rightful criticism you deserve. Alongside, ha 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 ha, stop pretending to be ignorant, you whiny lying bee. Number of other accounts that some classify as commentary and others less charitable as grifting, quote retweeting Matara and asking how could the talents not know when they weren't paid for a year. This is supposedly being based off of comments from Kei-san, who had remarked that she had not been paid for 9 months. Kei-san only remarking on her own situation, not on the situation of others, and also not remarking that it had been for a full year or that it was for every last payment. Matara taking the stream to clarify what she had tweeted.
Yesterday, I was playing Minecraft, and this was on stream. I was on PS stream, and she mentioned that she knew about certain things through ex-staff members. So I'm just going to say this quickly and then we're going to move on. Even after I posted this tweet, a lot of people DM'd me, which is why I ended up staying up to like almost 8 a.m. Allegedly, there's been staff members who would go around and talk about the internal issues to other companies, to other people. Maybe allegedly, if a company is out of money, then maybe they're trying to get bought out, things like that. If you're trying to get bought out, you have to show all your books. But just finding out how many people knew. So in my situation, when I was bringing things up in good faith that there were problems and I wasn't taken seriously, now paints a very different picture when I find out that more people knew about this, right? Like, and to be clear, the only people I'm not blaming anybody, but if there was blame to be had, it would probably be upon high-ranking staff members, right? If there were to be blame to be placed. I want this to be done, but at the same time, I feel like it adds a different light to the picture that I've seen painted. And now I'm not sure anymore, and I want to reform the structure of events in my mind and on paper for myself. And this is also confirms things that I heard at TwitchCon. This confirms things that I need you guys to understand that other people in other companies knew about this stuff. And then, of course, like they would tell their talent or they would tell their friends, and then it would come back to us. But up until the very end, I have reasons to believe that even the talent were not told that there isn't a lot of money in the bank. In fact, I have reasons to believe that they were told the complete opposite. And I think a lot of people knew about this and just, like I said, it just paints a whole different picture for me now. And I need to sit down with my legal team. And another reason I just want to say, obviously, I'm so sorry for bringing it back up. I just want to talk about it, like I said, because I tweeted. I didn't want to skirt the tweet, but I also want to focus on the anniversary today. I was really afraid of getting sued, okay? Obviously, I'm not inviting a lawsuit. I don't want to go to court at all, but I'm a lot less afraid now. I'm a lot less afraid now finding out just how many people in the industry, and when I say people in the industry, just to be clear, I'm not blaming people in the industry, right? Like if let's say VShojo is trying to be bought and then they show their books to a company, that's not the company's, that's normal. But I'm just saying that finding out just how much shopping was done behind the scene, how much talking was done behind the scene, I am no longer as afraid of this kind of thing anymore. I'm a lot less, and you know what else I'm less afraid of because of this? In the past, what I was mostly afraid of was being alone, because then you're easy to be made a scapegoat and it's easy to sue or anything like that. Now I think that if one talent gets sued, many other talent will be like, hey, we have all said things at a certain point. Does this mean I will get sued? And I feel like it would be much more in people's interests to stick together. And to be clear, I do not blame any of the talent. And I never blamed any of the talent. If anybody was listening to Pia's stream yesterday, she mentioned how when she first met me, she thought I was a little bit manic. And she thought, and again, she apologized for using that word, but that is the exact word that I was. That is exactly how I was described that weekend to very many people, that I was manic, that I was going through it, that I, drink a lot and have a lot of problems, which, yeah, but I was right. Because even last night after this tweet, the amount of people who messaged me being like, hey, by the way, I knew this, or by the way, I knew this because a staff member told me. There's staff members that obviously did not know that things were going on. They just kind of talked about stuff, right? But I think Giga tweeted about this, and I just want to find Giga's tweet where Giga said, can't tell you how many back-end industry relationships I've had to repair because of how messy things got. In the past few months have been very interesting, to put it nicely. I want to 100% corroborate this, okay? At Evo, it started where people started coming up to me being like, hey, I am so sorry. I believed XYZ about you, but now I'm starting to believe that maybe I was told a lie. At TwitchCon, that was happening. I have had people in the industry confirm to me that they were told unpleasant things about my work ethic or the experience of working with me. And they were told so by a person that was my boss. And it's funny because, publicly we said that we parted ways, blah, 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 blah. I was obviously, not so happy about it. And I was very adamant about that on stream. But to then find out that somebody with power like that would go around behind my back and tell people that I was hard to work with, I was everything. And I just wonder what would have happened if I didn't have WME by my side. I wonder what would have happened if I didn't have such a big company backing me up and supporting me and pushing for me. And it just makes me wonder how many other relationships out there have been broken by this that I will never get to repair. I'm sorry that we had to start the anniversary stream this way, but I am not sorry for what I tweeted. I'm not sorry for what I said, because finding out more information yesterday has painted the picture of these events much differently to me.
Matara again also saying on Twitter, I will forever be grateful to Zentrea and Giga for doing the things you did. Thank you. If it wasn't for you two, I'm not sure I would have a career right now. Mint Phantom, aka Maid Mint, also quote retweeting Matara with her support. It's being read in our last episode. Matara also quote retweeting the VTubers Out of Context account and asking, can someone please explain why she's moaning?
Easy Matara, get
Been attempting to defend herself with it's literally how the monster mash goes, and Matara responding, just admit you miss me. Been also having fun with YouTube, remarking my stream got age restricted. Is it because I said I love gambling too much? Then following up with this screenshot, it looks like Mega Jackpot or Bust didn't follow community guidelines. To help keep our YouTube community safe, we removed it from YouTube. Been adding, I now have an active warning on my channel, and the timestamp they sent where it showed me promoting links to online gambling is literally me making baby noises. Okay, next we have Hololive. That's Hololive. Turning Hololive Japantown, Inugami Korone. Her account giving us this update. Thank you very much for your continued support of Inugami Korone. Due to the suddenness of this matter, the manager is contacting you on her behalf. Korone will be taking a break from streaming for a while to focus on her family's medical treatment. We will discuss the date of her resumption of activities with her and will notify you again. Please note that we may post videos that have already been produced on her behalf. Korone is looking forward to the day when she can meet her fans again, so we hope you can continue to support her kindly. Posted on behalf of the manager. Meanwhile, Hololive letting us know that ticket sales for the World Tour Seoul stop have started. It's being held alongside AGF 2025. Hololive also releasing the Hololive Gaming Voice Packs. Two of those packs in Japanese, one in Indonesian, and one in English. While the Hololive English Promise second anniversary celebration merchandise will stop their sales on November 10th. While next we have Takanoshi Kiara of Hololive English, seen here taking part in an intense cosplay judge meeting at DreamHack Atlanta this past weekend. NBA champion Dwight Superman Howard also taking part, and the two getting along like a couple of besties. Well, Kiara is here with big news. She has a new outfit coming up this weekend. That's taking place this Friday, November 7th at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern. And all the while, Hololive is preparing their big Twitch holiday event. Kiara decided to go ahead and stream on Twitch alongside YouTube in a multi-stream ahead of time, performing an unarchived stream and saying the first time dual streaming on Twitch in the hot tub category. This leading to Fruit to say, if any Hololive member sees this, please be careful not to show your YouTube chat on your Twitch stream, as they can ban you for it. Now we'd helping clarify, just don't combine them. Fruit with this knowledge echoing this and saying it turns out as long as both chats are separate, it's okay. And Kiara replying to Fruit with, does this mean you watch my stream? Fruit replying, your karaoke is wonderful to draw to. Welcome to Twitch. Kiara replying back, OMG, I feel blessed. I hope the art came out good. So while Mori Calliope is as busy as ever, Rolling Stone Japan covering her latest work. Callie here with yet another brand new song, Rivals and Equals, featured as an insert song. That's right, we have even more anime work from Mori Calliope, already earlier providing the opening theme, and also teaming up with Misty Mountain Gaming for her very own dice set. Pre-orders now open for the Mori Calliope Black Shattered Glass dice set, forged from shattered black glass and engraved in pastel pink. And speaking of pink, of course, we also have Chibi Doki here now with No Way. We are almost at 1 million. Mamadoki always asks if I've hit 1 million subscribers yet, and soon I can finally tell her I did. Chibi Doki also here with a brand new look, retweeting this, Chibi, why you staring at us like that? Alongside retweeting this, Chibi Doki if her mother hadn't taken that Tylenol. And we also have Silvervale, not finally out with a brand new music video for her new single Love Me, but letting us all know that her Beyond the Veil origin story episode is out now. Beyond the Veil being a new anime and webcomic universe starring mythic talent creators, including yours truly. And while pre-sales are now ended for our GamerSupps Cup, you can still get your hands on Beyond the Veil apparel, including both a hoodie and t-shirt. Check it out with the link below. We also today have the Space Bandit Sun Explosion, now showing off the reference sheet for her rocker outfit, and alongside also launching a brand new merch drop, including a hoodie, desk mat, buttons, and sticker sheet. As that is all for this episode. As always, feel free to like, comment, and subscribe below. Send in your VTuber news to our Discord, and we'll have more things VTubers say for you soon.